I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world, and that's our job.
You have to make it. Chill. What up,
Like a Tribe Called Quest. You say the whole thing.
Welcome to a Pod Named Kickback. It's like a Tribe Called Quest. You say the whole thing. Also known, we used to be known, but we're going to do it one more time for the night. Also known as the Black CNN, and the revolution will be televised. I'm No Breaks New, the righteous ratchet. If you throw it, if you got it, I'll match it. Every Thursday, we right back at it. I am the Black Savage, the Magneto of my people. You hear me? J Lew, where you at?
Yeah, straight to the J Lew, man. Been a minute, man.
It's been a minute. But we've been holding it down. Shout out to Brittany Sade. Shout out to Get Fit with Jack. You know what I'm saying? They've been holding it down for us and everything. How you doing, y'all? You good over there? You might be having some internet issues a little bit with J Lew. I don't know. You frozen over there.
Man, everything is good, man. Just taking care of the home front. Yeah, man. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. That's basically what we're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Doing the same thing that you're doing, taking care of the home front. For sure. What up? Well, I see Jake watching us live. What up, Jake? What up, everybody on YouTube and Facebook watching us live? Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all for tuning in. 100. And thank you if you're streaming on Apple, Spotify, Pandora, Audible, Amazon Music. The podcast is everywhere. It is a Pod Named Kickback, and I am No Breaks New. And I guess we're getting into the high and low of the week. This was an interesting week for me and probably for a lot of y'all. So my low of the week was Mother's Day. This is the first, I lost my birth mother when I was 11. So Mother's Day is traditionally a hard holiday, I guess you call it, a holiday for me. But you would think now, 30-something years later, I'd be totally over it, but I'm still not. And compounded with that was I lost my aunt that adopted me, my Aunt Joyce. Y'all all know how much I love my Aunt Joyce. As a matter of fact, I don't know if this is inappropriate or not, but I want to show y'all something. This is what we call a keepsake, and this is my Aunt Joyce. And I take her with me everywhere I go. Everywhere I live, she will be with me. And that's if you have a family member that's cremated, you can carry, you can get a locket or a necklace, or you can get what I got, a keepsake, a small vase. And that's that made it hard this year. This was my first Mother's Day without my legally adopted mother, my aunt, the woman that raised me from age 11 to 47. And so that made it a little rough, but I'm good. I cried a little bit. But one good thing on it was I was celebrating Mother's Day with my bonus mom. So it's like the universe keep giving me mothers. And that's like some cool shit. But what you realize when you got more than one mom or more than one dad, you're going to lose each one of them. That's the gift and the curse. You can feel blessed. I got all these people that love me, all these mothers. The terrible part is you're gonna lose every one of them. So you're gonna feel that pain every time. But I guess it's better to what's the saying? Better to have loved than lost and never have loved at all. And my Andres told me a lot. She taught me a lot. I wouldn't be doing this podcast if it wasn't for her getting me into performing arts and theater and all that good stuff. So rest in peace, Andres. We love you. We miss you. And yeah, that was the low of my week. The high of my week was really just jumping into the business. Like I told you, I got a new business venture, a new what do you call it? Sponsor for the podcast, the new Mon agency, selling life insurance. You know what I'm saying? So if you need your life insurance anywhere in the country, not in the state of Georgia, anywhere in the country, holler at me. We no longer doing GoFundMe's. We no longer doing fish fries. Holler at me, get insurance. Let me take care of you and your loved ones. You hear me? I got you. But that was my high low of the week. You know what I'm saying? And I want to get into what we call our viral story of the week.
My left stroke just went viral.
Our viral story of the week is Janelle Monae. Hey, Jay, I know everybody in the comments saw Janelle Monae's video. I know y'all saw. Matter of fact, before we get into the video, because I got some things to say. I got some things to say about that video and about the subsequent videos. J Lew, before we get into that, I wanted to give you the opportunity to do your high and low of the week. I just did mine, just to recap. My low of the week was the first Mother's Day without Aunt Joyce. My high of the week was doing something that you and F been telling me to do for the longest time, and that's get into this life insurance game and how great that's been going. So that was my
Lou,
high and low. Yeah, I hear you clear. Can you hear me? I don't think you can hear me. Nah. Yes. No. Maybe so. Well, I can hear you, J Lew. And until we get J Lew back, I'm gonna go in. Let's see what some of the comments.
I bet it's saying I'm still back.
You back?
I'm still backstage.
You back?
It says you got to add. All right, now I'm back. Yeah. It was saying I was backstage. Yeah. Now I heard everything, man. So that's definitely big, man. I appreciate I'm saying you was able to kind of get up top, see the family. I'm saying it's gonna hurt. Obviously, to me that's a sign that you were loved and you loved. I'm saying? Like I'm saying? It's like you're supposed to feel something. If you don't feel nothing, that's when you need to worry about it. So. I know it was tough, I'm saying, for you on the holidays. I know, Father's Day, I'm saying, the same thing gonna be for me. So I kind of, indirectly understand, but it's, it's different when it's a mom. So, we here, we need to, let it out. It's nothing. High, low, what's high? Low, man, I've been spending a lot of money lately. Like, I'm saying? Like, it's good and bad, though. Like, I got a couple, friends who've been getting married. I'm saying? So I've been spending a lot of money because I'm into weddings. So, trips, suits, I'm saying? Traveling, all that stuff. So I've been spending a little bit of money. So, I'm saying? That, whenever you spend that money, it takes away from other stuff. The high, I guess it's that too. I'm saying? A couple of people, it's good to see love. I'm saying? When you out there and you seeing you're seeing the weddings, that's always a good thing. The business is coming along. A website should be up very soon. So obviously I'm excited, I'm saying, about that, just like you are. So obviously, we did to kind of lean on each other as far as building the business and going from there.
Facts. Man, the travel. I know you've been doing a lot of moving around, with the weddings and everything. So that I know that's been a lot. You know what I'm saying? But it's been good too, right?
Yeah. Good, man. Every event, I'm saying, like it's good when you see somebody find. Like I feel like I'm saying, from the weddings I've been to, I felt like my boys have found their person. So it's a good thing. I'm saying? The money stuff, money come and go. But it's still you still in the moment of seeing it going. But you know what I'm saying, it's all love. You know what I'm saying, we all had a good time. We went to DR a couple months ago, Puerto Rico about a week or two ago. I'm gonna be in DC for the next wedding. Then I'm chilling for a minute. But then I gotta take my daughter. She want to go to the beach, so we're gonna do that in June in June and July. So it is what it is.
Man, I told you go to DR.
Whatever you do for yourself, you gotta do for them.
Exactly. I told you go to DR with $1, bring me back about 4 or 5 wives, man. What happened? I thought I was
hey,
very
man, I don't
clear
know
when
if
I
you
said it.
man.
Jack,
Hey man, the economy, man, hey, inflation, man. They got a couple dollars, but I wouldn't dare bring you something back that you know what I'm saying, that they was only taking $1.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I actually care for you, dude. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I got a little bro in
He
here.
was out there. Everything was
what I see him out there. But yeah, another thing. We gotta talk about our viral story of the week. Because if you could have brought me somebody back that looked like this, it might have been a little, you know what I'm saying? Janelle Monae, good googity muggity moo. That video, Lipstick Lover, man. I know she wrote a song about me. And I'll tell you, I know people confused because it's called Lipstick Lover. But she's saying, she's telling her girl she likes lipstick on her neck. Well, she says, I want you to come in the room so I can ride it. Now, what she mean by that? I think she's talking to two people. I think she's talking to me and Ashanti. Because you know me and Ashanti together. So I think that song was dedicated to me and Ashanti. What you think, J Lew?
And I'm gonna agree with you, man. Like it was definitely a life. It was definitely a lifestyle video and song. Like look, it basically says she's with it all.
Yeah, and that it was sexy, man. Oh, Burger talking about negative, sir. You're reaching. What up, Burger? But yeah, man. I mean, I always knew she was a beautiful girl. She always wore those suits and tuxedos and cover everything up. And now this new movement where she's taking everything off, I gotta say, man, I'm not mad at it, man.
Like, and she's gone through different transformations though, and that's the thing. Is like, and it's like now she's in her like I'm free stage. Like I want to be super free and show everything, whatever. I'm like, look, man, you go through different stages of life, man. As long as you enjoying yourself, have at it.
Hey, that's what I say. And as long as you're enjoying yourself in a way that I can see and I can enjoy, then double half at it, young lady. Did you see the video when she was doing the behind the scenes and she lifted her shirt up and had the $1 million?
She really with it. I like, she really with it.
Shit, yeah, I was really with it. Shout out to Janelle Monae. I made a post here, forget Ashanti. And everybody was blowing me up like this.
And she, on top, she is talented as hell. From an actor standpoint and an artist standpoint. Like she really.
And her body. Round of applause for her body. You gotta get that up, man. You gotta get that up. Janelle Monae is not for play. I think that's the new quote. That's the new saying. Janelle Monae is not for play. Now they trying to act like she don't like men. She said, "Come in the room so I can ride it." I don't know what she gonna ride if it ain't a man. So all right, Janelle Monae, holla at me. I mean Georgia. 678. Well, I'll give the rest of the numbers later. But Janelle, I appreciate the journey, man, because I can appreciate her going through every phase. I don't feel negative about any phase she was in. I'm not talking trash about no phase. I enjoy the tuxedos. I enjoy the freeness. And it was just a sexy video. I like sexy content. And that was the sexiest video of 2023. Like I think Usher's song Glue is the sexiest song of 2023. Oh, women ride women too. Oh, well,
I was gonna say that. I figured that was your thing. You know what I'm saying?
You go, brother, Ashanti back with country grammar. Let me tell you something about Nelly. If I am, don't make me do a YB on Nelly. Let me calm down. I want to go at him again and again and again, like my shirt say. But yeah, Nelly, get up out of here. Back up off number 2. Shout out to Janelle Monae. She definitely had the internet talking. And next up, I want to get into our what the fuck story of the week, because when you look at it, it's really like
It's the mayor. Stay high. What the fuck? You know what it is. What the fuck?
Gabriel Union, Gabby, said that I'm gonna give you the whole. I'll take you a little bit first, and then I'll take you behind the tent to see the real story. She did an interview, and part of it was taken and placed online. Of course, a clip where she's saying she feels anxiety about her next movie deal, her next role, because she has to pay half the bills in the household with Dwayne Wade. She has to pay some of the bills with her family. She's taking care of a lot of people. And that anxiety is on her. Like, you sure you want to relax? You sure you want to take it easy? Because you got all these bills to pay. And all of these women went online to call Dwayne Wade every name in the damn book they could think of. Because why is he making this woman pay these bills? You're all wrong. And you all need to shut up. All of you ladies, shut up. That's not what happened. Gabriel Union's father told her when he was younger that whoever makes the most money in the household gets to make all the rules. So the breadwinner gets to cheat. And that's why she cheated on her first husband, because she made the most money. And now, because she thinks that way, she believes that way, she knows Dwayne Wade has more money than her. So she is struggling and feeling anxious to pay half of these bills. And also because she cheated on him and took him from another woman. She's trying to be equal financially to keep him from cheating on her. That's her own toxic issue. How dare y'all get on Dwayne Wade about that when that's her toxicity? That's her feminine toxicity, whatever you want to call it. Female tox. What is it? This is masculine toxicity. What's the phrase, J Lew?
Is it toxicity?
Toxicity.
I don't know, man.
Female toxicity. And she's displaying that all over the place, and everybody's coming to her rescue. But I'll tell you this much: if I'm the breadwinner in my household, which I would think I would be, and my woman says I want to pay half the bills, and I go, no, I'm the man. You don't pay no bills. What you think she's gonna do to me? Think I'm gonna get away with that? Am I really gonna get away with telling the woman no? You can't do what you want to do? Then it's gonna be I'm controlling her. I don't want her to pay money because I want to control her with my money. I don't want to have a job because I want to be in control. So Dwayne Wade said, all right, baby, bet. You want to pay you want to pay half the bills? Pay them. I'm not going to get in your way. And if she feels anxiety for that, that's on her, J Lew.
Selective anxiety. You know, it was funny though. The week before, I forgot what it was. The week before, it was drastically different. About everybody was talking about the Ebony Williams and the bus driver comment, and basically, there's no respect if you don't pay. If you're the man and you're not paying the bills, then you get a woman that's in the top probably 0.1% of what she makes financially, saying the complete opposite. Someone who's actually, and who is married to a high value man on how, some people like to define it. So at a certain point, it gets comical. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, judging, what goes on in each person's household. But it's like, look, whatever works for you works for you. And you know what I'm saying? I think, obviously that's the key aspect of it.
Nina agreed with you. She just want to say that people's relationships are between them. So yeah.
So that's that was the comical part, to being able to see the different dynamics within a 7-day period. It was like a 7-day
different
period.
dynamics of women. I don't think
Yeah,
men were
you had
having these crazy opinions on it. It was women that were
no.
outraged
Yeah,
both times.
and that's where the issue, and that's exactly who, you know what I'm saying, is arguing with it. That's the funny part, is you looking at a millionaire arguing with a thousandaire woman on what they doing, what they marry, with somebody who's married and somebody who's not, talking about what they want, what they don't want. It's like at a certain point it gets comical. Like, do you hear what y'all arguing about?
Right,
Like,
right.
it makes no sense. In actuality, it makes no sense what you arguing. A millionaire is arguing that, you know, we should be 50-50, and a thousandaire is saying no, we shouldn't. It's
Right.
funny.
Well, and ironically, this is the only way it makes sense. The broke women looking for providers. I look at broke women as children. They need somebody to take care of them. I need you to pay all my. Can you pay my bills? Can you pay your bills, man? You know what I'm saying? Don't come around asking, demanding something you can provide for yourself. What Brittany said the other week, I'm able to reciprocate anything I require. And ladies, if you cannot reciprocate
yeah,
what you require, then you should retire. I'm just saying.
And that was the, you know what I'm saying, I think, and obviously that was a bar. And it was like, it's just funny. I'm like, look, in a relationship, in my opinion, you should both bring value to the relationship. You guys in a relationship decide what that value is, whether it's monetary, you know what I'm saying? And there's so many different aspects. I think everybody scream on a value, and nobody cares about the value. So it's like, it's just comical to see the differences between, you know, different people at different, you know, and the success or lack thereof in relationships that they have, with those people speaking, and the ones who are successful, and what they'll accept. So it's you know, it's good.
Yeah, we got facts. Brittany different. I mean, yeah, ditto J Lew. You know, they agreeing with you out there, J Lew. And yeah, I mean, Brittany broke it down. She already say, hey, I can reciprocate whatever I require. Now, I may make 150, 200, 300,000 a year, but I might want you to pay for everything. And I think that's, in one way, it's gangster, because you're doing your own thing and you don't need a man. But my question is always going to be, where's your money going? And it's not even like a negative thing. It's just like, literally, if I'm paying $4,000 a month in bills, and we make, you know, we both for $200,000-300,000 a year, and I spend $4,000 on bills, got $4,000 in my pocket, and you're not paying nothing, so you just got $8,000 a month. What is that going to? Literally, is it going to vacation? Because I can recoup that.
And you know what I say? I looked at it that perspective, and, you know, obviously, like I said, I've been going to a boatload of weddings, and, you know what I'm saying, and I truly feel like my people, you know what I'm saying, the people who've been, you guys say, I've been in these weddings, so giving speeches and stuff. Like, when you really together, you look at it as both of you guys' money. So it's not like, what am I doing with my money? What are you doing with your money? We have a pot, and this is what this money is doing for our household. So I think if you're thinking of it like, okay, my money and your money, my personal opinion is, you shouldn't be married, or you shouldn't be in a relationship.
I agree.
If you want to really be a part,
that's how women.
What doing for each other in that thing, you know what I'm saying, in that relationship, is our money that's coming into the bar, you know what I'm saying, coming into the pot, and how are we spending our money to make sure that our family is taken care of from now and into the future. So I think it's a thought process and a mindset.
I agree.
If you shouldn't.
But you got to meet the women that's communicating where they are. If they're saying, I'm not paying any bills and my money stays with me,
you don't want them though. So my thing is, I think we can stop thinking about them, because those communicate with them. Yeah, they never. Let's just be, and I'm not trying to be biased towards women, because I got 4 sisters and a daughter. So I would say the same thing applies to men. If you don't plan on bringing a certain value, don't get in a relationship then. You know what I'm saying? Just don't do it. In the same, but my issue is the bias of some women and some men. I'm like, look, whatever I feel like, you know, if I could say it for a woman, I should be able to say the exact same thing for a man. If, you know what I'm saying, if we trying to build together. So like, that's the issue. Like, we talking to people who, let's just be, if we being completely honest, they're gonna be, you know, most likely, you know what I'm saying, they want to be by themselves forever, and that's okay. Like, it's nothing wrong with that. But you know what I'm saying? Don't say like I want something else. Like, don't say I want a partnership and then say, yeah, but I don't want the partner.
Like, what they want is to complain forever. You ever get into a disagreement with somebody about and you try to solve it and they're not interested in a solution? They just want to keep arguing. So it's like, I get mad that you will never take the trash out. All right, I'm gonna take it out right now. Well, I still get mad that you will never take it out. But I take it out, it's out now. But I get mad because what do you want to do? Do you want to
I have
argue?
to ask.
Or do you want
Yes,
a
I did
solution?
it.
Right. What do you want right now? Do you want the solution or you want to argue? And I think that's a funny thing. And speaking with those women, I think you're right, because their idea is I'm going to keep all my money for me and you pay all the bills. That's a particular woman. Now, a woman who we put our money into the pot, then that's a whole different caliber. That ain't the Gabriel Unions of the world. That ain't the Ebony K. Williams of the world. Yeah, that's a different breed. But how do you respond? Do we not respond to the Ebony K. Williams and the Gabrielle Unions? Do we not respond to them? Because they're the ones that's talking.
I mean, I think, you know what I think the best response in life is life. Like, life will tell you if you was right or wrong. Like, you ever see somebody, you know what I'm saying, like you said everything was going to happen at 20 and then at 60, none of that happened. It's like, all right, maybe I was wrong. Like, maybe it didn't work. Like, you know, I've been headstrong on this. I think we unfortunately we get into a position where we feel like we can't learn, or we can't adapt, or we can't grow. You know what I'm saying? Or we throw a bullshit term like settling, or you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You put a negative connotation on something to justify not growing. And I think we do that in all walks of life, not just in relationships, but in all walks of life. And those same people are the same ones that, you know, switch friends every 3 to 5 years. You know what I'm saying? They switch jobs every 3 to 5 years. They switch careers every 3 to 5. You know what I'm saying? Like you see a commonality in their entire, you know what I'm saying, with how they live their life. So it's like, you know, you kind of accept it. Yeah. But if you're trying to grow, I think, you know what I'm saying, if we doing it the right way, you elevate the conversation and you learn from the other person and their other perspective and you grow from it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because women are the best teachers. So they're going to teach, man, they're going to tell a man, this is what I want, this is why. And a man is going to listen and provide that. But,
a man is.
Yes. And vice versa. If you know what I'm saying, if men are saying ABC, you know what I'm saying, a woman should listen and understand that, you know what? Maybe I'm not right about this particular point. Maybe I shouldn't say a man is this. Maybe I should listen to what a man wants. And from a male perspective, maybe I should listen to what a woman wants instead of men trying to tell women what they want and women trying to tell them, like, look, just listen to the other party. Maybe they can, you know what I'm saying, maybe they can do it a little bit better than you. Maybe, you know what I'm saying, maybe a man can tell you what a man wants a little bit better. Maybe a woman can tell you what a woman wants just a little bit better than you.
And even more specifically, your partner.
Exactly.
Can't nobody tell you what I want better than I can tell you.
Yeah.
And then your homegirl can't tell you, your daddy can't tell you, your brother that you love to death can't tell you, your 8-spoon cool female cousin can't tell you. Can't nobody tell you what I want better than I can. So don't listen, you know, you can take advice and all that from everybody, but ain't nobody gonna be able to tell you better than I can tell you. And vice versa. And I think that is the key. And I think that's where ultimately it boils down to what works for you and your relationship.
Exactly.
And I think you have to have an understanding of what you want, what your partner wants, what your needs are. My catchphrase, I guess, is set the expectation.
Yeah.
And then communicate when it changes.
Yeah.
Most people don't even do that. They just expect you to know, and if you don't know, too bad, F you, I'm gone. So I say set the expectation. Let them know. Now you know. Hold them accountable now that they know.
Yeah, and I think I've struggled, and I know for a fact I've struggled with that as far as the communication aspect. Like certain things you expect, you know how sometimes you expect you out of you, you know what I'm saying, out of other people.
The biggest mistake, the hardest lesson, the most painful lesson I ever learned.
It took me, you know what I'm saying, like really listening and say, you know what, I should have said this on the front, you know what I'm saying, like I shouldn't have expected this. I should have been, you know what I'm saying, I should have definitively said this on the front end. So then I don't have a certain feeling towards it on the back end because I express myself. Like when I tell you something and you do something different, I feel justifiable in whatever my actions are.
Mm-hmm.
But if you know what I'm saying, if I don't tell you, I'll feel guilty because I'm like, look, I could have, you know what I'm saying. So I think that's a learning experience from, you know what I'm saying, from listening to different people, seeing how other people mess it up, the communication aspect. And that's one thing that, especially with my brother, you know what I'm saying, like two of my brothers, like that communication aspect is like really, I like, you know what, I'm definitely going to incorporate that.
Yeah, and that also goes back to some of these comments. I want to read. This is some real convo. People are too busy weaponizing people's words. I agree. People are weaponizing.
Like, man, you think I'm being a good daddy? What do you think I need to be doing different? I think we need to do that with our partners.
And we just lost you for a second, J Lew, and you came back in. You came back in hot. But I'll just reiterate that some of the comments. People are too busy weaponizing the words, and I think that is a thing. Where people will weaponize what you say against you. Like I've seen situations where you can tell a woman we're somewhere where you're trying to be vulnerable and you try to be forthright, or women can try to be honest about a mistake they made or whatever, and then you throw that back in their face. I think that's sucker stuff for men and women to do it. Yeah. And next comment is they'll throw it back in your face. I think that's emotional immaturity.
Yeah.
And what I've learned, the words I've learned to use is what I'm looking for, and what I will tolerate and won't tolerate is I can't do emotional. I have to have emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I need someone who can think with their heart. You think with your mind, you feel with your heart, but I need someone who can think with their heart. So that's where emotional intelligence comes in, because you could just get emotional about something and all logic goes out the window and you make rash decisions, bad decisions, or you speak out of turn. I need emotional intelligence where you can go, this hurt. I don't feel good. I'm not going to say this or that. I'm not going to do this or that. Because people will cheat on you just because their feelings hurt. Yeah. People will, backstab you because their feelings are hurt. People will destroy everything you have built together just because you rubbed in the wrong way. And that's a lack of emotional intelligence. That's a lack of emotional maturity. And at my big age, 47, I need emotional maturity, emotional intelligence, patience, understanding, and the ability to communicate. Because with proper communication, proper education always causes elevation. If you can communicate, you can fix almost anything.
Exactly.
Almost.
Yeah, almost. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you communicate what it is it limits it from getting worse. Most stuff majority of everything starts small and it grows. So if you know what I'm saying, if you can communicate, and you taught me this a little bit, you know what I'm saying, as far as being able to, like, how expressive you are and stuff. Because I'm like, look, I internalize, I think what I think a person thinking and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That shit was stupid. So you know what I'm saying, like being able to say, like, look, express yourself, not hold shit in, let it out. You know what I'm saying? Like that's, you know what I'm saying, that's important. And and sometimes as men, with you know what I'm saying, with a woman, you don't want to seem a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying. So you hold back emotion a lot of time because of, you know what I'm saying, a woman, you know what I'm saying, use it against you, things of that nature. So you kind of hold it back. But emotionally intelligent man doesn't care. Like their whole job is expressing it and being cool with it. You know what I'm saying? And that works.
And it takes a lot. I think I have a edge on that, and I'll give that to the women in my life. I was raised by my mother, my Aunt Joyce. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was raised by women, so I express myself more emotionally than the average man. You know what I'm saying? Because I was raised by women, so I haven't been. And I had to look at that when I was younger, like, oh, I'm emotional. I'm passionate. I'm emotional like a woman. And I was like, nah, I'm able to express myself. That ain't a bad thing. That ain't a strike against me. It used to be a strike. It felt like a strike.
Women, like, whenever a woman, though, whenever you start to express, if you as a man, most men, if you start to express yourself, the first thing a woman is gonna say is you being emotional. So it's a trigger. Like it's like a trigger to certain men if you're not at a certain level.
And it used to be a trigger to me because, like, I'm aggressive.
Yeah.
Like, I'm emotional.
Like, if a dude say it, it's gonna be a misunderstanding.
Exactly. Because I'm a passionate dude, and and I don't have no problem expressing myself like at all. And so, but sometimes I express myself aggressively. So what I try to do is meet women where they are. So women says, "Oh, you're so angry, you yelled." I go, "Okay, I won't yell next time. I'm gonna talk how you talk." The woman would say, "You know, you hurt my feelings. I didn't appreciate when you said that, and it made me feel uncomfortable." And I was like, "I'm gonna talk to her in her language." So I went to a woman one day and said, I didn't appreciate when you said that. It hurt my feelings and it made me feel uncomfortable." And for all intents and purposes, she was like, "Bitch, man up." And I was like,
Yeah, that's
you know how I normally talk.
like,
I went out of my way to say it in a way that was non-threatening, in a way that I thought you could receive, because that's how you speak. And you played me in my most vulnerable space. And that made me be like, ah.
Oh, she never looked at the same either, Lou.
And probably never did. But like, just like the comment says,
you gotta go shoot somebody
woman,
to get your respect back.
Exactly. I had to kill like 3 people. But like in the comments, a real woman will communicate, will appreciate a communicative man. And that's what I had to realize. And that's when I came up, and I didn't create it, but that's when I understood the term emotional maturity. Right. That woman's emotionally immature because I'm meeting you where you are. I didn't go to a soft level and you really aggressive and I'm, the soft guy. I met you where you were. I met you in that vulnerable space that you existed in. And in that space, you tried to play me. So that let me know that you didn't, the emotional immaturity that you were dealing with. And that'll come from, hot girls. Hot girls is emotionally immature. That city girls, that goes to the territory. You know what I'm saying? Just like I'm sure the hot boys and city boys are, or whatever they say they are, but they come with the territory. And that's why I don't date city girls or hot girls. I like Janelle Monae's lipstick lover. But this has been a good conversation, y'all. I appreciate every comment. If you want to watch the podcast live, we record Wednesday nights at 9. Wednesday nights at 9:30 if you want to watch us live. And the new episodes come out every Thursday. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify, especially Apple, make sure that you give us 5 stars, type in a rating, say, "Hey, I love New, he's always right." It could be like J Lew, sometimes he's right, but sometimes he's wrong. But New always right. You can feel free, whatever you think individually. I don't want to make you emotionally immature. Just whatever you think, you just type it. Give us 5 stars, a Pod Named Kickback. We appreciate you. And if you want to watch us live and interact, like who's been on here? Nina's been on here. Burger's been on here. Tay's been on here. Who else can I see? I want to name. Jay's been on here. Everybody, Mike, it's a lot of people on here. So if you want to just type in live with us on YouTube, you can do that. Follow the YouTube page, a Pod Named Kickback on YouTube, and then we go live every Wednesday at 9:30. And you can type in and follow us. But let's get into our Don't Be Dumb award.
So dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
J Lew's Junior Basketball League co-captain, Morant, has been out here acting a donkey, man. Acting a donkey.
You want me to go get my jump?
No, we don't need you. About a POD.
Okay, I said you want me to, you know what I'm saying? All right,
All right, a couple things. Just
my Joe the Glock. It ain't the baby Jones he be carrying.
Exactly.
Right, don't play me like that. Don't call me so.
I want to get serious, but I also don't want to make this too serious because I feel 2 different ways about it. I've heard a lot of different perspectives on this whole John Morant situation. I'll start it with, if you've been living under a rock, he was on IG Live again, got caught waving a gun on camera again. And he's suspended indefinitely from his team. And there's rumors that a very hefty suspension is going to come down from the entire NBA, from the National Basketball Association. So he's looking at missing 20, 30, 40 games next season. It is not illegal if he was in a gun-carrying state to have a gun. That's not what we're discussing. It's not illegal to do that. It's not illegal to wave a gun on camera. We're not discussing that. The kids are doing it all the time. What we're discussing is an NBA player who has signed a contract with a private organization called the NBA that has rules about misrepresenting his league and him being in trouble, being suspended 8 games and fined and losing out on over $40 million for waving a gun on camera one time. Less than a month later, he goes back on camera and waves the gun on camera again. It's so much to unpack. We could talk about the friend that was recording it. If I got a buddy who's been getting suspended and losing money and he's taking care of me and my crew, you can't go live anymore. I'm not going live with you around me. You won't be live again. You are IG dead, like my guy. You won't be live again. And if we do go live, there'll be rules. Yeah, don't you pull out, don't pull your joint out. Like you can't do it. And that matter of fact, we can't do it because we with you. It's rules. We have a whole conversation. Like my man, and I will say this, my man Eric Clayton on the Beast. The rule was if anybody stepped to him in the club or whatever, it was all of us. He owned the club. He was the money. When it was a misunderstanding, somebody, what are you saying? We all stepped in front of him like, no, he don't fight. He don't argue. He the owner. You back up. And everybody understood that. It was never we had to, hey, dog, we all step in front of him, right? We didn't have to have a conversation afterwards. You protect the money. And I feel like Ja's crew, no matter how hard they may have tried, and maybe they didn't try it, I don't care. Whatever it was, they didn't do it. The money is messed up. You didn't try hard enough. Don't put the kids in this. Our generation is screwed up. He's old enough to know what to do. If he knows it's going to affect his career, he needs to change his environment. I agree. That's a little brother Tay. What up, Tay? I agree with that 100%, and that's why I don't allow people to say John's a kid. I know what the kids are doing. I'm a little bit in touch, and the kids will tell you. Like, I know they are showing guns in the videos. They are flashing what they have. But they flashing, like you said, J Lew, they flashing was hot. They got the new piece with the switch. The youngest is looking at the little gun job put in the video, like he ain't got no switch on that. He ain't got this on that. They look at it like Rolex watches. He ain't got no diamonds in that joint. So not only is Ja this multi-millionaire flashing this little weak-ass gun on camera, he ain't even got nothing that's driving this. Oh my God, you see what he got? That joint got this. He got the. It's like it's stupid. It's stupid. He listened to NBA Youngboy, and I don't want this to go on NBA Youngboy. Like, this ain't his fault. This is Ja fault.
Yeah.
But I also want to say it's not a crime to flash a gun if you legally own it. So I don't want to treat Ja like he's a criminal. I don't want to treat him like he needs to be locked up for life. He didn't storm the Capitol. He didn't put his on Nancy Pelosi's desk. He didn't threaten to kill the vice president. He didn't threaten to kill the Speaker of the House. He just made a really dumb decision a couple times. He needs to be fined. He needs to lose money behind it. I do agree with that. But I don't want to treat him like a criminal. He needs to lose more. He lost $40 million and still going. He needs to lose more than that.
Man, he lost money from not making an all NBA team, which he definitely would have did if he didn't do that. Yep. And then he's gonna lose some endorsements.
He's gonna lose his endorsements.
And he's gonna lose whatever even 20 to 40 games for it. So he losing money.
I would estimate that he's gonna lose north of $80 million.
And that's where my position comes from. I don't think, obviously, it's not illegal. He can have a gun. The issue is you work for a private organization that they don't want that to take place. Mm-hmm. You just had a conversation with the commissioner 2 weeks ago saying how this was a mistake. I shouldn't have did it. You accept the responsibility. You understood, you know what I'm saying, the role model aspect of the NBA and then you do it 2 weeks later. So it's a stupidity thing for me as far as why you getting the fine. Some people, like you said, storm the Capitol. Those people are not in a position to say shit because, to be honest, you know what I'm saying, like you don't what you speaking about, you don't live it. So it really doesn't matter. It's just the intelligence aspect of like, hey, my private organization says it's not. Like, look, if my job says I can't smoke weed and I smoke weed, whatever that job, is not $100 million job, but if they say I can't do it if I want that money. if in my heart I'm like, look, y'all wrong, that's stupid, don't work for that company. Just say fuck it. You know what I'm saying? You have that position. So that's my, you know what I'm saying? So that's my aspect on that side. Then it's like a corny, it didn't to me it's like a corny aspect. It's like 4 dudes in a car singing a song holding guns up. It's like, man, that shit corny. That just is corny to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, why do you have this on live? Like it boggles me that you decide to put that you go on live and that's what it is. And you know what I'm saying, I understand the aspect that, you know what I'm saying, the people we have around them, but he the boss, right? When you make 100 million, when you got 200-300 million guaranteed, you become the boss. They gonna do what he say do. When he got in the car, if he said, hey, no phones, ain't no phones. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like so it's just a stupidity aspect. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't like, you know, and it's weird because I'm kind of, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I got to argue, you argue with certain people because they trying to put them in a certain light. And I'm like, look, it ain't illegal. Woo, woo. But then you argue like you would argue with him if he was your brother because, you know what I'm saying? That's how we see him. Like, Slim is stupid, though. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's hard. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know how, how certain black leaders, like, look, we'll talk about the black leaders, but don't nobody, you know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. So it's like, you know, it's just stupidity. And like, I'm like, look, you giving up $100 million for 10 seconds on live.
So they ain't do nothing for you. Nobody thinks you more gangster.
That's the issue to me.
You ain't getting no girl because of that 10 seconds. You ain't gonna win a championship because of that 10 seconds. You doing stuff that just don't make no damn sense at all.
Yeah, it's just weird though. I'm like,
and where's father? His father everywhere except on the IG Live. And I'm gonna tell you, like, I'm grateful that I was raised by women. People always say, you know, you're not raised by a man. You need a man in your life. He got a man in his life. What that man doing? What that man do? And I know sometimes kids have a mind that they own, and you gotta, you know, you don't want to.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's just weird to me. I'm like, you that rich and you gotta go on live. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, why? Like, I would be trying to stay low. When you know what I'm saying? Like when you make that money, you know what I'm saying? Normally you staying low. If you know what I'm saying, if your money is not directly affected by publicity, like he don't eat like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a rapper eats off of image. Like Ja eats off of being on the court. You don't have to do it. You the way you eat is drastically different on the way, you know what I'm saying, those rappers or, you know what I'm saying, they selling something. You really do it. You really it's supposed to be you, Tatum, Joe, you know what I'm saying? As far as American born players, like it's Tatum and him.
Yeah, if you everybody else foreign born. Giannis, Embiid, Jokic, they all, and they got, I guess you could say Steph. You can, you know, but that's the older guys.
Steph on the backside. And he's different. I'm talking about this next 5 years. It's Tatum, Brown, him, maybe Trey. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's certain people that, you know what I'm saying, for this next 5, you know what I'm saying, who gonna be the top American players in the next 5? Like,
and whoever the Wizards draft, that dude too. Whether it's Cam Whitmore, Anthony Black, Kassan Wallace, we'll get into all that later. But whoever we draft, throw them in that mix too. If I could, clearly his father wasn't there. It's not like he pulled the gun on his father in his father's presence. I agree, man, but something, it's a tough situation because you can't make nobody do nothing. Whether you're the father, their son, their uncle, the police, you can't make nobody do nothing.
Yeah, you can do what you can do. He can do everything right, and he say, nah, fuck that. I want. You know what I'm saying? I want to do it for the gram. My nigga,
they doing corny stuff.
That's my
all the way for an Instagram post.
it's weird though. I'm more upset at that aspect. Like, I understand the you know what I'm saying, the gun issues. You know what I'm saying? But look, let's just be honest. We got elected officials who ain't been doing shit, and they can actually do something. So I'm not gonna put that on Ja Morant.
Right.
It's just the corny aspect. Like, I'm like, why though? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It's just weird to me that that's the thing. I'm like, you don't get nothing from it.
Yeah.
That's my.
It's weirdo shit. But I mean, everybody want to be a gangster. I guess that's what we call it. And I'm gonna get a Nipsey Hussle award. Actually, let me go over to the Nipsey Hussle award. I'm gonna give this to everybody that
If it's sports, if it's fashion, if it's music, if it's hustling, whatever, you on a marathon, you know. So
I want to give that award to everybody who ain't trying to be a fake gangster. Everybody that ain't got $1 million and trying to fake it. You know what I'm saying? $1 million Nipsey Hussle award to you, being comfortable in your own skin and not doing no Bama shit. How about that? $1 million Nipsey Hussle award for not being a Bama. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, man, we might as well get into it. The NBA draft lottery. I'm gonna skip around a little bit, but we got to get into it. Unless you've been living under a rock, the San Antonio Spurs. Actually, where my NBA music at?
Man, now that I think about it, no, I think that it was staged, man.
I do too, and I'm gonna tell you why in 1 second. And then he's like Michael Jordan about to come out, but Victor Wembanyama. I went on the internet yesterday. I've been thinking we're going to get Anthony Black or maybe Cam Whitmore. That's been my thoughts, or Kassan Wallace. And I was like, no, we're getting Wemby. I'm going to make, he's going to be Wemby the Wizard. And I changed my mind. And I told everybody, we're getting Wemby the Wizard. But I spent so much time, I think, manifesting Anthony Black. I think that's who we're going to wind up with the 8th pick. And come to find out, my manifestation powers are powerful because the Wizards missed out on getting Victor Wembanyama by 1 ping pong ball. So that means I believe, but y'all didn't. Y'all didn't believe. And y'all the reason we didn't get him. My powers could only sustain us for so much. We were 1 ping pong ball away from the first pick. And we dropped to the 8th pick. Because you, him, they're looking at us, looking funny. They're looking at us funny. But he's going to San Antonio. And I do think it's ironic. They had David Robinson, they had Tim Duncan, and now they have the 7'5" freak Victor Wembanyama, who and I'll tell you what, I think he's gonna be a great player. I'm rooting for him and I'm cheering for him, but I do think it might have been fixed. I think it's the best situation for him, because of the Spurs' connection to Paris via Tony Parker and Boris Diaw. The country of Paris is in love with the Spurs because they've had so many French players that won titles, and Vic is going to a team that country loves. So it's like DC with Scarface. It's like they love the Spurs. So that's good internationally. It's good for the international market, and I think they cheated with us because we were supposed to get them, and they messed up their last ping pong ball. But you know what? So what? Go on over there, because you know what? We got the first unicorn. We got the first dude that was 7'3", blocking shots and shooting threes. We got him already. Named KP, Chris Stapps, Porzingis. So yeah, I'm not worried about no Victor Wembanyama. Got KP. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna have Ant Black or Kassan Wallace. So we're gonna have Cam Whitmore. I think that we get a point guard out of this draft. And I was saying get a 6-man.
Well, we got a point guard last year.
Not out the draft. That man was a 2 guard, and he wasn't even a good one. It was like he could probably play point, maybe. Like, why'd you say that? He's been a 2 guard his whole career. Why would you try to make him a point? He was a non-shooting 2 guard at that. Like, this is a weird draft pick. But Tommy Shepard is gone, so we ain't got to worry about that no more.
Ain't got to worry about that.
Yeah, the players we're looking at, big size point guards that pass, distribute, dribble, slash to the hole, play defense. So they can cover up for Bradley Beal mistakes. Kassan, 6'4", burly. He's a Drew Holiday type. Anthony Black, 6'7". He can guard 1 through 4 damn near. I'm feeling that. But Victor Wembanyama is going to San Antonio. And I think it's a good situation for him. Pop can teach him a lot.
Is
Um,
Pop, then Pop, when is Pop retiring? Is Pop, he already said he retiring, right?
another 3-4 years. He gonna stick with Vic for a couple of
He
years.
already put out there that he was gonna retire. I don't know if it
He
was.
said when Tim Duncan retired, that was 5 years ago. He didn't. Pop gonna groom Vic probably through his rookie contract.
Nah, he ain't gonna say.
Rookie
I think
contract only for 4 years.
so. I think he already gave him a hard out when he was leaving. I want to say he got one more year.
You think that stays once he gets Victor Wembanyama? You tripping?
No, I think because I think Pop wants to get the new team in and then hand it off.
Pop wants to coach
And
Victor Wembanyama for 3 to 4 years, get him together, and then step down. I bet you. What you want to bet? Let's bet something. You think Pop walking away with people are saying it's going to be the greatest player in maybe basketball history? You think he's stepping down after 1 year? You lost your mind.
Pop old, man. Pop ready to get up out of here, man.
I will bet you Pop's life that he not leaving Vic before that rookie contract up.
I bet that.
It's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
I can bet that.
You don't. I bet. So I'm saying he did for 3 to 4 years. What you saying?
Max 2.
I'll take that.
And next year is included in that too.
So this year coming up is year 1, and so you saying he's only going to be with Vic for 2 years?
Yes.
I'm saying at least 3. So if he does the third year, I win.
That's a bet.
All right, and if he leaves before the 3rd year, you win. Bet. How'd you feel about is there any prospects? How do you feel about the draft? Anything exciting you? Anything got you going? Ooh.
The only I'm not really, just because the way the draft works now. Back in the day, you used to be able to get to know kids in college and things of that nature. Now they spread out so much. You got the G League guys, you got some guys overseas, you got some guys in college. So it's not that attachment that you once had. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, you know what I'm saying? It was all college guys. You know what I'm saying? Then maybe 1 or 2, you know what I'm saying, foreign guys. You know what I'm saying? But you actually watched those guys in college hoop, ball. So it was a certain level of attachment to them. Now it's not so much. I wanted the guy. What was it? The second ranked player. What was it? What was it?
Scoot Henderson.
I was hoping that we would luck up and find a way to get him. I just want a guard that has a certain type of attitude that this person can't check me in the 4th quarter. I don't feel like we have that player. I think Bill have the skill set, but if I'm being honest, the last 3 years he hasn't had that dog. KP has never had that dog in his, you know what I'm saying? He's only had that dog in the 1st quarter. Kuzma, to me, he's not a give me the ball at the top of the key. I'm gonna do work. It's like, all right, when I get, you know what I'm saying, if he hot, he can hit the 3 from anywhere, but he can't create on his own at the top of the key, get out the way. You know what I'm saying? 1-4, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all stay on the side. You know what I'm saying? I got it. I'm gonna get my shot off. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be a good shot. So I just want that guy who can kind of, you know what I'm saying, like who got the dog in him that I can get to the basket. I can pull up for a short range. I can pull up for a 3 and say, yeah, I hit it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I hit it from here. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, we don't have that guy. And that's why we, you know what I'm saying? That's why we, you know, I feel like we play soft because we don't have attitude.
Yeah, I agree. And all 3 people that I want the Wizards to get, they have that attitude. I don't know if they have the game for it. They got most of them got the game defensively.
Gotta have a game.
And they'll get somebody open, but they are not taking the shot. Cam Whitmore, the small forward that's from DC, he is get out the way. Give me the ball, everybody move. The other 2 point guards are like, I'm gonna drive and I'm gonna get it to somebody. I'm gonna get it to Kuz for the 3. I'm gonna get it to Bill for the jumper. I'm gonna get it to KP for the dunk. That's their thing. The one that's like everybody move, I'm gonna go dunk on somebody's mother. That's Cam Whitmore.
Okay,
that's probably who you would want. Or Scoot Henderson. You know what I'm saying? or one of the Thompson twins, Amon or Osir. One of them are going to fall.
I heard a little bit about them. I ain't seen them play too much, but you know the crazy thing is though, like it's a boatload. Like a lot of guards that you mentioned, like we got the number 8 pick, which is obviously not good. Well, it is what it is, but
It's good
like
for this year.
Out of those top 8 picks, it's like 5 of them that I don't really think they need a guard.
Huh?
You know what I'm saying? I think like they'll be moving off of somebody. Like Charlotte has LaMelo and Rozier, so they'll have to get rid of Rozier. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? Houston is talking about a guard, but they got Kevin Porter and Jalen Green. It's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? So you giving up on one of them, or is you trying to make one of them a 6-man? You know what I'm saying? Like it's a couple of guys. You know what I'm saying? Indiana
that
might
pick is wide open. Dame said they're trading that pick, and Scoot could be there at 3. If we get that 3rd pick, we would get Scoot or Amon. And those are the 2 top projected offensive point guards in the draft.
And I think that's
you talking about.
Is what Portland going to do? Is Portland trading the pick or are they trading Dame?
Well, they said they're trading the pick. They said it.
Okay, yeah.
We are building around Dame.
He don't want to do no rebuild. So you know what I'm saying. But it's them deciding that. So
well,
they trading the pick.
They announced it. They said we're trading the pick. They said it. We're building around Dame. We're trading the pick. They announced
and they already signed Anthony Simons. I would take him. You know what I'm saying? If they want to trade, they would, because they already paid him.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see, because what we would have to offer them is the 8th pick and probably some compensation. We had to send them Kuz or somebody to get that 3rd pick.
Would you do it?
I think we don't do none of that. I think we draft the point guard, hopefully Anthony Black, maybe Kassan Wallace, and we keep our nucleus. Like people.
No, I'm asking GM Nudo. You telling me, so if they say, look, we want the 8 and Kuz or the 8 and KP for the 3rd, and maybe they throw in another player, are you doing it?
No.
Man, this nigga, you ain't trying to win. He ain't trying to win, man.
There's nobody. Scoot is a dominant scoring guard, but we had Bradley Beal, Kuzma, and KP. We got scorers. We got points. What we never had. They all 3 average 20 points a game.
Is it different between a score or somebody who can score?
You want 3 20-point scorers and a dog? Who gonna play defense? Who's going to defend in the backcourt? You know how we lose games? I've watched us. We lose because nobody can defend the shooting guard or the point guard on the opposite team. We're not losing because they're powerful going off. We're losing because that point guard and shooting guard. We need somebody that can defend in the backcourt, which is Kason or Anthony Black. Bill is 6'3" shooting guard. Bama's shooting over him. You know how Bama's dogged out Monte Morris this year? They dogged Monte. They ain't going to dog neither one of them.
This new NBA, I'm off. I'm a defensive guy. Offense is beating defense now because of the way they calling the games and things of that nature. If you give me a dog who can score, I can help you stay in front of them, slide, and make somebody make a tough shot.
I'm going to
who give me a dog who can take the ball at the top of the key with 10, 12 seconds, because most of the games coming to that, and get out the way. And I don't want no.
I agree.
I don't want Bill dribbling the shit off his foot, or Kuz just throwing some shit up. You know what I'm saying, for 3, or KP forgetting he playing the 4th. I don't care that they give me 20 first through 3rd. I care that I can get 7 to 10 in the 4th.
And that is crucial. But you know what also helps that? A point guard.
They saw.
Hold up. What also helps that is a point guard that sets that up. Because at the end of the day, let's look at the teams that's at the Final 4. Boston, the top 5 team in defense. Miami, top 5 team in defense. LA Lakers, number 1 in defense. Denver, middle of the pack defense. 3 of the 4 teams that's left are all top 5 defensive teams in the league. You need defenders. Marcus Smart, defensive player of the year last year. Miami, defense. Lakers, number 1 defense in the entire league. So defense wins championships. We can score.
They
And
played.
you know what happens? You know what helps your scorers that don't know how to get their own shot? A point guard that gets their shot for them. You get a point guard that can defend and can create shots for other people. You kill two birds with one stone. It's like playing with the clear and stroking at the same time. It's everywhere. Yeah, you're doing it all. I'm just saying, take care of everything.
Give me a dog, man. Give me a dog. I want DC to have an attitude, like dudes with attitude. If I gotta play if I gotta re-sign DeLon Wright to have him play the 1 and move Bill to the 3, I don't care what. I just want a dog in the fourth quarter. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? Because we're the Wizards are always in the game. And in the fourth quarter, they disappear. It's a one.
You're only seeing one
game
aspect.
and we disappear.
It's two reasons. We don't get stops. No, we be scoring. We're one of the top scoring teams in the league. We can't get a stop. You're not looking at the totality of it. It's not that we don't score. We'll score when we play OKC and Shea Gilgeous-Alexander hits for 50. We scored every time. He had the ball last. He scored last when time expired. They won. We were scoring, but he hit that shot last. Now, if Kassan Wallace or Anthony Black was there, maybe he misses that shot.
Man, they said Johnny Davis was a defensive guy.
I didn't say that though. That's the difference. Tommy Shepard, who's no longer here, he said that. And you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I've been watching. I've been sending you clips.
This is what give me. You know what I think defense is attitude. Everybody know how to slide their feet and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like defense is real fucking simple. It ain't rocket science. Slide your feet, keep your man in front of you. Give me somebody who has an attitude, and we can go with that.
We got 3 people. All 3 of them dudes got the attitude. Now Cam Whitmore got more attitude. Anthony Black, Son Wallace, and Cam Whitmore. But you know what? You know what I say? You know what I say? Regardless of who we pick, you know who I want us to sign?
Who?
2 players. They don't cost no money neither. Give me Dylan Brooks and Pat Bev. Put them on a team. Put them on a team. The Wizards too soft. We need Dylan Brooks and Pat Bev. Put them on a team. Give me both of them. Both. I say BOFFUM. Both of them. Give me both of them.
We can't. Those are guards, huh? We only can do one of them. We only can do one of those players.
Give me one of them. Give me one of them. It's just for the attitude, because you're right. We need the attitude.
you gonna go get Dylan B.
Dylan Brooks, Pat Bev, and what's the old Lance? What's Lance's name? That was blowing in LeBron ear.
Oh, Lance Stevenson.
And bring back Lance Stevenson. Give me them 3. And make one of them a coach or something. Just give me.
Dylan Brooks, Dylan Brooks can technically play the 3, so he might can come. Pat Bev ain't gonna be able to make it. Because if we draft the guard, and we already got Johnny Davis from last year, Bill, DeLon Wright got another year, Monte I think got another year. Like we couldn't do Beverly.
And Jordan Goodwin,
because he might can play the 3.
Yeah, and we got Jordan Goodwin, another point guard. So yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, Goodwin's
somebody gotta go. We gotta get rid of Monte's. I think we need to trade at least 2 of the guards. At least 2.
We do that shit every year. We always trade 1 or 2 on.
Get rid of them. I don't care if we don't get nothing back. Just get them off the roster and let's go with this rookie and figure it out. I will say, I know you didn't see the power leak, and I know a lot of people didn't see the power leak. This is not a spoiler. I'm going to address it for another 2 weeks. The only thing I will say is I am now putting Tariq's show up there with Power. That's all I'm going to say. It's up there. That's all I'm going to say. Y'all don't watch it. We'll talk about it in 2 weeks. But I watched the league.
You ain't got. I'm not watching none of them shows no more. After Snowfall did that shit with that ending, I ain't watching none of these shows no more, man. Fuck them all.
And everybody's trying to tell me Snowfall had a poetic ending. It was poetic. It was this. I'm like, man, get out of here.
Give me a rap ending. Then you fucking give me a different type of. Give me a jazz. I don't give anything but fucking poetic. Then
Exactly. I ain't like that ending at all. I
Nigga,
did see
ooh.
Guardians of the Galaxy. That was the last movie in that installment. It was a pretty good ending.
I gotta see that. I gotta see that one.
Guardians isn't my favorite Marvel universe, I guess, or section of the universe, but I do appreciate it every time, and it's always funny. It's always entertaining. I'm always going to enjoy it, but it's just not always my favorite. But they didn't do nothing wrong. They did it right. It's worth seeing. They did it right.
Yeah.
And having said that, I think we just about out of here. Was there any music? Oh, Jermaine Dupree versus Diddy in the verses. I think if they do rap, Diddy wins. If they do R&B, JD wins. If they do a mixture and just mix it all up, it's a battle. It's a battle. Because JD got that usher he throw on you, and he done did some underground stuff here in Atlanta with some of these rappers you love, and those that get to you too. But I think I would give the overall edge to Diddy.
I'm more JD, but you know what I'm saying? That's because I'm more R&B than, you know what I'm saying, than hip hop for the most part. And you know, so
yeah, you know, Diddy gonna throw some Jodeci and Mary J. Blige at you.
Yeah, no, and that's why I think it'll be a real good battle with just R&B. You know what I'm saying? I think maybe, you know what I'm saying, JD might have, you know what I'm saying, like he might, you know what I'm saying, beat him in a close one if it's R&B. Hip hop, you know what I'm saying? I think Diddy, you know what I'm saying, Diddy will have that because, you know what I'm saying, just because you got the Biggie, you know what I'm saying, the Biggie bag. If it's like a party, I'm going to say JD win.
Okay. I if it's a party, because Diddy gonna have a rap and the R&B party stuff. If it's a party, I think I'm partying more with Bad Boy than So Def. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everybody knew just told his age. New just told his age.
Hey man, Bad Boy, Diddy, and Craig Mack and Biggie was my freshman year at Howard University. Yeah, you already know.
And y'all dance with chicks with go-go. Y'all ain't dance with no chicks to that.
Facts. Oh, Miami beat Boston. I'm not surprised.
They pulled that. Yeah, they pulled that out at the end too. That was Boston was looking good too.
Miami beat Boston in the bubble. Miami beat Boston the year before the bubble, and then Boston beat Miami last year.
But now,
you know, people sleeping on Miami, but Miami's been in the Eastern Conference Finals 3 of the last 4 years.
They got a coach and they got dudes with attitudes, man.
Yeah, they got point guards that play defense.
Hey, you just said smart, nigga. Hey, look, Jimmy went off, Lowry went off. Good offense beat good defense.
It does. Defense wins championships.
Who won the championship last year?
Defense.
Who won the last year?
I don't remember. Milwaukee won it 2 years at Golden State. Defense.
Yeah. Go. You hit Golden State. You hit defense.
Klay Thompson for a long time was the best two-way player in the league. Draymond Green is one of the defensive player of the year. Kevon Looney is a defender. Andrew Wiggins is a defender. Steph Curry has led the league in steals. Yeah, I hit defense. Andre Iguodala held LeBron to 30 points. They always brag about that. He held LeBron to 30.
Yo, he averaged like a 30-point triple-double and they gave him MVP. That was weird, though. That was weird.
That was the weirdest thing ever, yo.
He made him work. I'm like, a 30-point triple-double. What are you talking? What did he do?
Defensive player, the MVP.
I'm like,
nah.
Unless he hurt Love and Kyrie, he shouldn't have won that job.
maybe he was the one that knocked them out. Maybe he did the injuries. But look, y'all. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. We are back every single Wednesday night. We are live on YouTube at 9:30. Every Thursday morning, we are on all your favorite streaming platforms. This is a Pod Named Kickback. I'm No Breaks New. This week I had J Lew with me. Brittany Sade will be back next week. Jack, Get Fit with Jack will be back the week after. J Lew will be back after that. Maybe one of you will be here the week in between. I don't know. It's whatever. It's 2023, 2020 me. We're going to do what we do. Uno, we out. What happened to the... What you do, man? What you do, man?